What if I told you that the greatest enemy you'll ever face doesn't exist out there? It's not the world. It's not your circumstances. It's not your so-called competition. It's the silent war raging in your mind. The single biggest obstacle between you and the life you want is not your lack of talent, resources, or time. It's not the challenges stacked against you. It's your mindset, that invisible wall that keeps you trapped in the same loop, the same place, year after year. You know it well. The constant overthinking, the what-ifs, echoing like a broken record, the analysis that turns into paralysis, the overwhelming flood of thoughts that drowns your momentum before you can take a single step. You wake up every day wanting more, knowing you were meant for more, and yet you stand frozen, staring at the mountain you've built in your mind. It seems insurmountable. But here's the truth. That mountain, that barrier, it's made of your thoughts. It's made of hesitation, doubt, and fear. And here's the darkest part. It's you who put it there. You created the prison of your mind, and you reinforce it every time you choose to overthink instead of act. Every time you let fear trick you into doing nothing. But let me ask you, what has overthinking ever given you? Has it brought you clarity? Or has it stolen your time? Has it moved you forward? Or has it chained you to the same spot? You already know the answer. Overthinking is the silent killer of dreams. It robs you of action. It convinces you that you need more time, more answers, more certainty before you begin. But time waits for no one, and certainty is an illusion. The truth is, the only way to gain clarity, the only way to win, is to act. Action is the antidote to overthinking. Action cuts through overwhelm like a blade in the dark. But first, you must shift your mindset. Stop asking yourself, what could go wrong? Start asking, what could go right? Stop telling yourself you need to have everything figured out. Start trusting that you'll figure it out as you go. Because here's the harsh reality. You don't need a perfect plan to start. You just need to take the first step. One step forward, no matter how small, shatters the mental chains holding you back. One act of courage rewires your mind, turning fear into fuel. One decision, today, right now, can set you on a path that changes your life forever. You say you're overwhelmed? Good. That means you care. But overwhelm doesn't mean stop. Overwhelm means simplify. Focus on what you can do, not what you can't. The life you want isn't waiting at the top of some impossible mountain. It's waiting on the other side of your excuses. It's waiting for you to stop letting fear call the shots. This is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. Stop thinking about the life you want and start building it. It's time to break the barrier, the chains of overthinking, the weight of hesitation. Because you are not weak. You are not helpless. You are not your doubts or your fears. You are action. You are movement. You are power in its purest form. Don't let your mindset become your prison. Make it your greatest weapon. And when the day comes that you look back at this moment, you'll realize the only thing that was ever holding you back was you. And now, nothing can. The dream feels massive, doesn't it? Like a towering mountain, its peak lost in the clouds. You stare at it, frozen. You think of everything it will take to get there. All the time, all the effort, all the pain. And suddenly, you feel small, insignificant, powerless. But let me tell you something. That mountain, it's not here to break you. It's here to reveal you. And the way to conquer it isn't by staring at the summit and imagining how far away it is. The way to conquer it is to take just one step, today, and another tomorrow. Because the truth is, you don't need to see the entire path. You don't need to carry the weight of the whole journey. All you need to do is take one small, deliberate step forward, every single day. Why is this so hard to accept? Because your mind loves to play tricks on you. It will tell you that unless you can do it all at once, you shouldn't bother starting. It whispers that one small step isn't enough, that it doesn't matter. But that's a lie. One step matters more than you think, because every small action builds momentum, and momentum is unstoppable. Think about it. One small step taken every day is 365 steps in a year. And if you keep moving, step after step, year after year, where will you be? You'll look back and realize the mountain you once feared is now beneath your feet. But most people don't take that step. Why? Because small steps are humbling. They don't feel grand. You won't get applause for them. No one will notice. But that's where the magic lies. Small steps teach you something no leap ever will. They teach you consistency. They teach you patience. They teach you that it's not the size of your action, but the discipline to act at all. And that's where greatness is born. So stop obsessing over the entire goal. Stop overwhelming yourself with the size of the dream. Ask yourself just one question every day. What's the one step I can take today? Maybe it's writing a single paragraph. Maybe it's making one phone call. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier. That's it. One step. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Because every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over the old version of you. The one who hesitated, who delayed, who sat frozen by fear. You want to change your life? Start here. One step today. One step tomorrow. One step the day after that. There is no magic. There is no shortcut. There is no hero coming to save you. There's only the work, the steps, the grind. And one day, when the dust clears, when you look back at the path you've carved, you'll realize something profound. It was never about the mountain. It was always about you, your discipline, your persistence, your refusal to quit. Because no dream is too big when you master the art of taking small steps. So start now. Don't think about the entire climb. Don't let overwhelm paralyze you. Focus on the step right in front of you. It's small, but it's powerful. Because one step daily turns dreams into reality. One step daily makes the impossible inevitable. So take it. And tomorrow, take another. Until there's nowhere left to climb, and the dream that once felt unreachable is now yours. Do you feel it? The weight pressing down on you, the crushing sense of overwhelm as you look at your dreams. They feel so far away, don't they? So massive, so impossible, like an unscalable wall blocking your path. It's paralyzing. You sit there, staring at the enormity of the goal, convincing yourself that you're too small, too weak, too unprepared. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, when the path is clearer, when you feel ready. But let me shatter that illusion. You will never feel ready, and the path will never be clear. Because the bigger the dream, the greater the fog surrounding it. And the longer you sit there, overwhelmed by the size of the goal, the further it slips from your grasp. So how do you move forward? You break it. You take that massive, overwhelming goal, and you shatter it into 1,000 small pieces. Not because it's easy, but because it's the only way to survive the journey. Let me ask you this. If someone handed you a boulder and told you to lift it, could you? Remember, it would crush you under its weight. But if you take that same boulder and break it into stones, one by one, you could carry it away. Your dreams are no different. Viewed as a whole, they feel impossible. They mock you. But when broken into small, manageable steps, they become achievable. This is where most people fail. They get lost in the size of the goal. They see the mountain and think, I could never climb that. But mountains aren't climbed in one leap. They're conquered one step at a time. The key is this: stop looking at the summit. Focus on the next step. Not the entire book, just the first page. Not the perfect business, just the first client. Not the dream body, just today's workout. And here's the truth they don't want you to know. It's not the size of the goal that breaks people. It's their inability to simplify the journey. Every small step you take matters. Every tiny action builds momentum. And momentum is unstoppable. But here's the dark side. You have to commit to the grind. You have to embrace the unglamorous, uncelebrated work. Because no one claps for you when you take that first step. No one cheers for you when you carry the first stone. But that's what separates you from everyone else. You're not here for applause. You're here to win. And winning is about consistency, not intensity. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember this: you don't have to do it all today. You just have to do something. Take the first step, and the path will reveal itself. Stop waiting for perfection. Stop waiting for clarity. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. Because fear doesn't disappear. It's conquered by action. Break the goal. Take the step. And repeat, day after day, until one day, you'll look up and realize the impossible has become inevitable. You are not overwhelmed because your dream is too big. You are overwhelmed because you've forgotten the power of small, relentless actions. So take that power back. Stop letting the size of the goal intimidate you. Start breaking it, step by step, until you crush it under your feet. Because the only thing standing between you and your dream is your choice: to sit paralyzed by overwhelm, or to rise, one small step at a time, and make the impossible yours. Do you feel it? That empty ache inside you, the weight pressing down on your chest every time you think about what you haven't done. You tell yourself you're avoiding pain by staying still, by doing nothing. You tell yourself you'll act tomorrow, or next week, or someday. But deep down, you know the truth. Every day you do nothing, the pain grows. Because inaction isn't peace. It isn't safety. It isn't comfort. It's a slow, suffocating death. A death of your dreams. A death of your potential. A death of the person you could have been. And here's the truth you don't want to face. The discomfort you feel when you push yourself, when you take action, when you step into the unknown. That pain is temporary. It's fleeting. But the pain of inaction, that pain lingers. It festers. It grows roots deep into your soul, whispering, what if? What could I have been? What did I let slip away? Let me tell you this. The regret of inaction is the heaviest burden you will ever carry. You're not avoiding discomfort by staying still. You're trading one pain for another, a pain that doesn't go away. The pain of staying where you are, the pain of mediocrity, the pain of watching your dreams slip through your fingers while you tell yourself, maybe later. Later is a lie. Later is how dreams die. You think action is hard. You think it's uncomfortable. Sure it is. It will stretch you. It will push you. It will make you doubt yourself. But you know what's worse? The the moment you wake up and realize you're out of time, that the door has closed, that the life you wanted, the life you deserved, is gone because you were too afraid to move. Do you want that? To live with the weight of regret? To live knowing you had a chance and you let it slip away? Or do you want to fight? Because that's what this is, a fight. A fight between the part of you that wants to grow and the part of you that wants to stay small. The part of you that's afraid of the unknown. But let me tell you something about fear. Fear is temporary. Action kills fear. When you act, you gain momentum. And with momentum, fear has no place to hide. But when you do nothing, fear grows. It becomes a monster, feeding on your hesitation, your doubts, your excuses. So you have a choice, the temporary pain of action or the endless pain of regret. Choose action. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Because every time you act, no matter how small, you chip away at the chains holding you back. Every time you move forward, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than the fear, the doubt, the excuses. And with every step, the pain of inaction fades, the weight lifts, the fire grows. But do nothing, stay still, and that fire will burn you alive, slowly, silently, until there's nothing left. So don't wait. Don't sit there, hoping the pain will go away on its own. It won't. The only way out is through. Feel the discomfort. Embrace it. Let it fuel you. Because the temporary discomfort of action is a small price to pay for the freedom, the power, and the life that waits on the other side. The pain of inaction will destroy you. The pain of action will transform you. Which one will you choose? What is life without progress? A hollow existence, a slow decay. We are not built to stay still, to rot in the same place, day after day, watching time slip by as though we have an infinite supply. Yet so many of us do exactly that. We sit idle. We wait for the right time, for the perfect plan. We let days, months, years fade into nothing, pretending it doesn't matter. But deep down, you know it does. You feel it, don't you? That emptiness, that restless ache gnawing at your soul when you're doing nothing. When you're moving in circles, making excuses, watching others live while you remain stuck. You know what that is? It's the absence of purpose. It's the result of inaction. But here's the truth you need to hear. Purpose doesn't fall into your lap. It isn't some mystical force that appears out of nowhere. It's built, it's earned, it's forged through action. When you take a single step, no matter how small, you ignite something within yourself. You light the fire of progress, and progress gives your life meaning. A small action may feel insignificant. Writing one page, making one call, training for just 10 minutes. But do it again tomorrow, and the day after that. What happens? The pages become a book. The calls become opportunities. The training becomes strength. The small, deliberate steps you take today accumulate into something far greater than you ever imagined. But you have to move. You have to silence the voice that says, it's not enough. That says, why bother? Because the truth is, no progress is ever wasted. Every step, every action, no matter how small, gets you closer to the life you want. And here's the beautiful, brutal truth. Purpose isn't found at the finish line. It's found in the process. The moment you start moving, the fog lifts, the confusion fades, and you begin to see something you've never seen before. Direction. Direction gives you clarity. Direction gives you strength. and direction turns chaos into focus. But without action, there's nothing. Just drift, just stagnation, just the pain of wondering, what if I had done something? What if I had started? You think small steps don't matter? Ask yourself, where will you be in a year if you take one small step every day? Now, where will you be if you do nothing? One leads to progress. The other leads to regret. This is your life. Every day you wake up, you have a choice. Stay still and let life happen to you, or move forward and build a life that happens because of you. Small steps may not feel heroic, but they are. They are proof that you refuse to quit, refuse to stay stagnant, refuse to let time win. So get up, take the step, the small step, the quiet step, the unseen step, and tomorrow, do it again. Because the greatest transformations aren't born from giant leaps. They're born from relentless, consistent progress, day after day, step after step, until one day you look up and realize you've climbed mountains. You've built a life with purpose, with meaning, with power. And it all started with that one small step. So take it, because forward is the only way.